Are we still here? I don't know if you can hear me, Dbloc, but I was wondering if you did that diagnostic tool on the processor.
The moving averages on the 1 hour are extremely tight right now. They're almost all touching, so you should see a bigger move coming. I'm just wondering if we retrace back to those moving averages and then blast off.
What time is that meeting? Is it 2 o'clock or 2:30? Or they launch the data at 2 o'clock and then talk at 2:30? Or how's that? I haven't really been paying attention today with the XRP craziness.
No, it's exactly like you said.
So 2 o'clock and 2:30? Is that what it is?
Well, I don't know your time zone, but yeah, it's in 1 hour, no?
Eastern. I thought we were family.
I think it's in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Or, yeah, something like this.
Or 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, 1 hour and 18 minutes.
Could use some bullish news, even though every bullish news we've eaten up and totally ruined in the last 2 months. So crazy. I knew that there was going to be some traction on that XRP lawsuit with them dropping the appeal. I'm interested to see what happens with the rest of the case, and if they end up settling on that 125 million or whatever it was initially, does that go into the XRP or the reserve? Like, will they just pay it in XRP? But I was following that a little bit more today. But other than that, 2 o'clock is what, you know. Of course, there's always good news when you're in a downtrend, and then, you know, today could be either good or bad.
What's going on, guys? I'm back. Had another little freeze up on the PC. Really got to figure out what the hell is going on here, man.
Did you run that diagnostic test, Dbloc?
Yeah, nothing came up. Everything looks fine.
It
only thing left to
on
do
everything?
only thing left to do is to get somebody in here, bro. I mean, we've run, 72-hour streams with no glitches, and now all of a sudden I can't stay on for 24 hours without, I can't stay on for a full 12 hours without freezing up. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, is it just does the PC actually, does it just dump your video, or does it actually freeze the whole PC where you have to reboot?
Black screen and reboot.
Okay.
Or sometimes it'll freeze. Like it won't black screen, but everything's frozen and I have to reboot.
We know who it is. It's the market makers, man.
They're on my body, bro.
They're
tired of my shit.
They
don't want to see us win.
The only thing, have you checked your like thermal paste and stuff on your CPU, or run like anything in the background to monitor like the temperature just to make sure it's not?
Yeah, I checked the temps. I checked the fans. Temperature looks fine. All the thermal paste and all that shit is new. I mean, I put that shit in myself. Not that I'm an expert PC builder, but YouTube, I followed very closely to all the YouTube videos I watched, so that should mean something, right?
Yeah.
My advice
that doesn't say much though. Following those YouTube videos, because I followed
I could have just followed the wrong. Yeah, I could have just followed the wrong dude. But no, I did a lot. I did a lot of research because it was the first PC I had ever built. The problem I'm having is like, it hasn't had a problem for over half a year, right? Like this is just popping up something new. Nothing's happened to it, so I'm kind of lost. I got people coming in though. I'm gonna order, get me a little geek squad tactical team.
Contribution towards the PC service call. Smile.
Jim Jones with the super chat. $5 contribution to the geek squad. I appreciate you, brother.
First you gotta isolate if it's software or hardware.
I'm hoping it's software. I mean, I would assume, since it hasn't been giving me issues from the beginning and nothing's happened to my PC. I mean, this thing hasn't moved. It's in the most secure location ever. It's never even been bumped.
You should do a system restore earlier time, like, I don't know how long you have this problem.
Or you think it might have been like one of the updates or something?
Yeah, exactly. That's the first thing I would do. I don't know, you have problem like 2 days already, so go back, do a system restore like 3 days earlier, and see what's happened.
That's a good idea. I could try that.
Yeah, you could do that. You could also do, make sure you have like your BIOS updated and everything too.
Yeah, to go into the BIOS, that's above my pay grade. That's gonna be something somebody else. That shit freaks me out, bro.
Oh.
I feel like I'm gonna touch one thing in the BIOS and just smoke and flames are gonna come out of my PC.
Oh yeah, no, you'd be all right. I mean, if you have a common board and stuff, once you all you do is really run it and it would do a reboot. It'll flash it and reboot it, but I'd make sure that you're up to date on the latest BIOS and stuff as well. I'm guessing you've done all your Microsoft updates and things like that, but
yeah.
Dell had a lot of issues with some of their boards and their configurations. But it really just depends on what board, what processor. That's why I said roll out the product, because it sounds to me like the processor's just hanging or stopping. And Intel had some issues with the 13.9s. I think they were the 13.900 KFs for a while there, and then they rolled out some BIOS updates and whatnot. But
okay,
something to keep in, But typically, you just download the latest BIOS and run it, and it'll do it all for you.
No, a good way to know if it's software or not is you go in the event manager and just have a look. If it says red hardware error, then
hold on, where do I do that at?
So hit the Windows key and go to type in event.
Yeah, event, and you'll see something.
Event viewer.
Like, is it maybe it's just
Yeah.
an application? Yeah, maybe it's YouTube crashing, or maybe it's your web browser crashing and it hangs.
Yeah, you
to the
might see like kernel crash.
What am I looking at? Windows logs.
Yeah.
Check out the system logs first.
Oh, hey guys, the Hyperliquid whale just had it put in a BTC short at 40x. His margin used is 100,000. His liquidation price is 85,545. His full position size is 27 mil.
Why is he holding long form to come up public with that trade?
I don't know about his longs. I just have it pulled up on the Hyperdash on for that for Hyperliquid.
It says hardware error.
Now, sometimes hardware error can be caused by software too, so it's not like
Yeah,
a
reset the
definite
memories
verb.
too. Take out the memories and put it back.
Yeah, it could be
XRP
memory
the king,
causing
don't
hardware
forget.
issues.
Yeah, I think that the last thing I haven't done yet is really open it up and just reseat everything.
Open everything, blow out with the air, vacuuming, blow out, take off your memories, take out, move some wires, take it off, put it back.
Yeah.
Does the timing of the error match when the computer hangs?
Yeah, it happened twice. Like 1 minute from each other because I reset the computer and then it happened again and I had to reset it again.
And right now it works, right?
Yeah, I mean, once it's up, it's up. The problem is that every once in a while it either freezes or it just black screens.
That's going to be
Typically,
hard
when
to
something
find.
random like that happens out of nowhere, I get a Windows update, and then there's like a driver or something alongside that needs to be updated to make it compatible with the Windows update.
Yeah,
So,
after
won't have the BIOS
FOMC meeting, I think I'll take a little break and try to figure some of this stuff out.
Yeah, maybe it'll just fix itself on its own with an update.
It
Or
never
maybe it'll
fixes
become
itself.
worse and hang quicker.
Bro, you could always go Mac. You know what I mean? Worst case.
Nah, the crazy thing is that I super like overbuilt this PC for its purpose. Like it's literally just a stream, and I did it so that there wouldn't be any issues like this. But I guess if it's a hardware issue, it's a hardware issue. What can you do about that?
Make sure all your drivers are updated, including
Hardware
junk
issue, I'm
files.
telling you.
Start.
Remove the
Type
memories and put it
CMD.
back.
Cleaner. Enter.
But you should be able to correlate something in the event viewer at the time it crashed and get an error to at least Google.
Does it
But
say a bit more than just hardware error? Like the
what if? Hold on, let me see something.
I don't have any error code next to it.
Is your PC on?
That
Yeah.
H result code can give you a bit more specifics. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on.
If it says like GPU, then you know it's your.
Nah, it doesn't. Like I click on where it says hardware error, and it doesn't give me any sort of idea on what hardware specifically. It just says
should be a
live
code.
kernel event code. I guess I can check the code.
Yeah. You got code? Any code? Can you see anything?
The code is it says live kernel event code 141.
Oh yeah, put this in the Google search. See
Yeah,
what it said.
And maybe it's just out of memory and it crashes. You know, it doesn't have to be something Bad.
I mean, I've got tons of memory in this shit, so that shouldn't be an issue. Typically
my
indicates
computer
a
has
hardware
no,
problem, often related to graphics card or power supply.
Ah. And you have a 4090, right?
A 3090.
3090, yeah.
Yeah, the 3090 shouldn't have an issue. I mean, it could be. I mean, if it's power supply, that'd be the simplest of things.
Dbloc, does it smell? Does it smell a bit?
No.
You know,
No,
is
it's
it
not.
sort of fire, right?
No, the
'Cause these
temperatures are fine and
NVIDIA
everything.
cards they have a tendency to catch fire.
What power supply are you using?
Shit, I don't know. I'd have to go look through my parts list, but I made sure that
Like
it was
like a Corsair or something.
Yeah, it's not like a cheap one or anything, and it's overpowered for the machine. I made sure that I got too much because I wanted to upgrade eventually.
You got a separate video card or is on board?
I'm hearing that first ever Solana ETFs are launching tomorrow.
Are there sanctions on Florida? Maybe someone is sanctioning Florida.
What do you mean if it's on board?
You have a built-in video card or you have a separate on the board? You just bought it separate.
I bought it separate.
Yeah, that one also you should remove it and put it back because sounds like you have once you take it apart, like I said, just blow out everything and remove the memories and all the cards you have on the board.
Okay.
And put it back.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that during our break after this next one.
You can do more harm than good sometimes by doing all that. So
It's just removing and putting back. I'm not gonna change anything. I'm just gonna try to reseat everything.
Hey, Dbloc, you ought to just put the error code and stuff in Chat GPT.
Yeah, I
Have
did.
it help you.
I did. It told me, but it
Oh,
didn't really
gotcha.
give me specific. It just said it's typically the power supply or the graphics card.
If you wanted to spend $200 a month, you could just have the agent do it for you.
I know, right? No, I'm about to just spend some money to get it fixed. Yeah.
how about just a software glitch that actually causes out of memory of not on your RAM, on your VRAM, on your GPU RAM?
I don't know. I would assume that I'd get a different error code if that was it.
Well, you would find it not in hardware issues, but in software issues.
You know what? Streaming online doesn't take so much memory. You know, he's not editing videos. So
Well, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, I
it's
mean
just
you're not using a ton. You're not using a ton of anything to do.
Nah, I'm really not. At the
green
most, I've
logs.
got like 17 trading view charts open, but that should not be an issue.
it
you're
does
running
use GPU. No, that could be an issue because it does use, our browsers today use material acceleration on the GPU. So
yeah, 17 actually is a lot.
yeah, and 17 trading view charts is not nothing. Yeah, like if they use 300 megabytes each, you're at,
Yeah,
I think, 4
exactly.
gigs
But
of
but,
VRAM.
but he said he got hardware issue. So
Yeah, but
know-
it could be caused by software, right? Like it's something possible.
it's just hardware issue, it's not software issue.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes hardware issues can be
Rarely
caused
a
by
hardware
software.
issue.
Did you check all your your microphone plug and all your plugs like that, Dbloc?
Yeah, all the external shit I took care of. The only thing I haven't done is really crack it open and reseat everything inside.
What's your memory running at right now with everything you got open?
How would I check that?
Right click on your menu down at the bottom and hit Task Manager.
Does it show GPU memory?
Yeah, well, shows your memory and your processor and everything that's being
Task manager memory is at
How about
49%.
GPU man?
Yeah,
That's
that
a
should
lot.
be-
Yeah, but that's your RAM. It's not your GPU RAM.
You hear anything about the Solana futures ETFs that are launching tomorrow?
If you click on GPU, it should show you your your GPU RAM. Yeah, still in the task manager.
Did you feed the mouse?
Oh, if you didn't feed the mouse, that could be the issue, Dbloc.
Right?
Gotta feed the mouse.
Did you overclock it?
No.
Maybe it did it on its own. You know, they do that motherboards today. They just automatically overclock.
Vitality Shares LLC, whatever that is.
The shop for repair, they're just gonna format it and yeah, try to find what's the issue. Come up with a bill.
You having issues with your new computer?
Yeah, man.
Sucks. That sucks.
Dumbest
What-
shit
what-
ever.
Like office space style, take it to a field. Start beating it.
There's 2 future ETFs launching plus Solana, but I don't know. I don't think that's anything big.
I'm taking like any news that comes out with a grain of salt because all this stuff is, I feel like, planned. You know what I mean?
It's through a
Like,
company called Volatility Shares LLC, and there's 2 Solana future ETFs. One called Sol Z and Sol T. The first, I don't know. It's launching in the U.S. somewhere. I don't know. Is it gonna be on the stock market? What the hell is it gonna be? Breaking news all over Twitter. Solana ETF approval. That's give me a break. It's not like the main one that we want. Should it come out? I don't know.
So Solana is becoming Wall Street too. Damn, no more buying at $8.
Contribution for computer expenses. Lowell can afford Dbloc having technical difficulties.
1 more hour to FOMC.
Mattis with the super chat. I appreciate you, brother. Definitely go towards the PC. Anybody else that added super chat, appreciate you guys too, guys. Sorry. I heard the thing go off, but I'm like deep in this menu trying to figure out what the hell is going on here.
5090's out yet?
I'm reading something here on somebody that's having the same issue, and she says that it's only when she's doing intensive, when she's running intensive tasks.
A memory issue?
But, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really seem like my PC is struggling here.
It works fine, right? Right now.
the way it's just dying though, you know, then now if that time frame matches up to the power supply, you know, that could do that too. If the power supply hangs up when everything's trying to pull more power.
It doesn't really, on the thing, it doesn't really say that. It just goes, hold on.
Oh, I know.
Do you have a time frame
When what?
you have the time frame dialed in of like when it actually crashed, or like
11:16 is the last time it crashed. Before it, at 11:12, it said Windows was not shut down properly. 11:16 had a hardware error. 11:19 stopped responding and was closed. That's when I reset everything, I'm sure. Again, Windows was not shut down properly, obviously, because whatever. And then it says user logon, user interface stopped working. Windows was not shut down properly. And that's the last one.
Light bulb blow up recently in your house? Because I'm thinking, with Canada cutting electricity to America and all, maybe your grid is not stable, and just speculating over here.
Blame Canada.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the card has between 12 and 16 gigs on it. The GPU.
Probably software in the end. I think.
Dbloc, when you go to the test manager and you go to the performance, like one click down on the left side, the performance, I show you exactly how much memory you have installed. Make sure that number show up instead of half of it or something.
Performance? Hold on, let me see. I'll find it.
Yeah, just go to the test manager and on the left side, click on the performance, which is one click down. And then you're gonna see your actual memory, how much memory you have installed and how much you're using at the moment.
Memory says I'm using 13, and there's 31.8 gigs left over.
Yeah, so you have a 30, that's good. How about the GPU on the bottom, all the way?
GPU, let me see.
What's the temperature and the percentage?
Temperatures 60 degrees Celsius. Where do I see the GPU? Oh, here it is. Hold on.
How much the percentage front of it?
46%.
But
and there's 24. There's 24 gigs GPU memory and only 2.2 being used.
If it's really a hardware issue, it's probably just gonna get worse to the point where your computer won't run, right? Like for now, it still works. It's just having issues when it stays on very long, right? It could be something even sleep related. I've seen computers hang because they can't get out of sleep mode correctly. With the power savings options on laptops or even on desktops.
Yeah, I turned that off That's one of the first things I turned off, the sleep thing.
Sometimes when you exit sleep mode, it hangs or it doesn't work or something doesn't, some driver issues because of sleep mode.
Yeah, this is happening though when he's live and doing stuff. His system's not sleeping. I wouldn't roll out power supply if that's hanging out. I mean, NVIDIA's been known for issues, but you're not even 32 gig of RAM.
Well, I'm not doing anything
i9.
Close to pushing this thing.
No, you're not even close at all. Like you want to render 8K video. I mean, I could send you an 8K video file. You could try to render it and see if it dumps the system later.
I mean, I've ran all the VR benchmarks, all the gaming benchmarks, all of that type of shit, and it passes it with flying colors, no problem.
Yeah.
Never once blacked out during one of them when it's being pushed to its T.
Did you do that recently?
It's been maybe a couple. I should probably do it again to see.
Yeah. Stress test. If it's a hardware issue, it should cause it, right?
At the end of this, but you're using OBS to stream?
I'm using Streamlabs.
Okay.
On the memories that 40-50% on this, because you have couple 17 windows open. That's kind of a lot. I open up now that much, and my computers only have 5.7 memory use.
Okay.
Something using your memory is too much. And you're in the test manager and you go down 2 more click, and there is a startup apps. You should look into those. Maybe there is couple apps that running and you don't even need it. You can just click or right click and disable. So basically on the test manager, just go down again to the startup apps and see what apps running which is not supposed to.
Okay.
Because like you can see OneDrive or
yeah.
So whatever you see and you think is Copilot or something that you don't need, just disable it. And then next time when you start it up, it's not gonna running.
You check the task manager. That's similar to the startup apps.
Yeah, we were just looking at that.
Hey, you know what? It's probably just Elon Musk.
All right, I turned off a bunch of things there.
Yeah, and then you see on the task manager, you know, the before the last one, you know, the details. That's what you're running now. That's exactly you see what is running on your machine at the moment.
There's a lot here.
Yeah, so you're not supposed to have a lot.
There's like a bunch of these CV, CH, OST, EXE, like hundreds of them running. Yeah, I just need somebody that knows to sit in front of this PC before I start deleting shit that I need. There's 7 different instances of Discord running.
So maybe wait till after the meeting to decide, because if the meeting goes well, it won't be an issue. If the meeting doesn't go well, you might want to save your money. You know what I mean? We might not need to stream every morning.
It's normal, you know, the forks of Discord. It's just normal.
Okay, I was gonna say because there's a bunch
Yeah,
of them
all
here.
of that is normal. There's nothing abnormal about that. It's the same process running, but with different running different things. No, especially with multi-core CPUs now. That's the way you make use of different cores. You know, before we used to have only one core. Now it's become multi-core CPUs where you have like 16 cores and threads and this. So to take advantage of having multiple cores on your CPU, programs have to run in parallel. I guess you could look at it like each tab is a process. Well, which is not true, but you know, could look at it like that. So I don't know. Probably there's one process Discord that just does the voice compression. One does the voice suppression. You know, the push to talk stuff.
Yeah.
Another one renders the UI, and another one like I don't know how they cut it off. But you said 8. Me, I have 5. So I guess my CPU is older, so it runs less in parallel.
Yeah, I'm gonna stream it, Dre.
Yeah, one thing, I don't know if it helps the computer or, you know, but it might help psychology-wise, because I have that Mint Mobile, and anytime I have a problem with my phone, I just turn to the sky and curse Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's gonna fix my problem, but I mean, I'll give it a shot.
If you could replicate the issue, it would be a win.
If you guys are watching on my stream, just seeing something on these stochastics. Oftentimes you get downtrends on a stochastic RSI. They're pretty hard to spot, but you get parabolas and downtrends and uptrends on the stochastics. And before a big move, you typically test that downtrend as support. So yeah, you had a downtrend and you price reacted there, price reacted there, price there. So a lot of times, once that downtrend reaches a crescendo at the bottom and you retest it as support, that's bullish. And the opposite happens with bearishness. So let's see if I can find something. That's what I'm hoping to play on a H bar here, is this downtrend and this support, this touch of the support over here on the 1 hour. Let's see if I can find any bearish scenarios.
And this SR flip on ETH is eating shorts right now. That's kind of cool. It's gonna... yeah, at least there's a potential for a squeeze now. You know, ETH reached 2nd of February lows. And yeah, you're expecting rejection there. So people are loading up on shorts. We'll see who wins here. But that 2060 SR... yeah, I guess a lot of longs TP'd and new shorts opened. And I guess I'd rather wait for it to drop below 1960 again to go short, honestly. Maybe catch a move from the top of the range to the bottom, something like that. Then short it at the SR on a 15-minute chart. Yeah.
Buck, you still here?
Yeah.
He was talking about this a couple days ago, and I think this is a good idea to make a extra chat, like a voice chat. It would be nice if you could make an extra voice chat on the server, which is called Pump and Dump.
There's already a degen dungeon down there.
Oh.
That's where you guys can go do all your nasty, filthy meme coin trading or leverage trading shenanigans. But yeah, we'll add more voice rooms.
It says it's locked. That's
It shouldn't be. Anybody with just a regular friends tag should be able to get in there. I'll check the permissions. There's also a live charts room.
I missed the video room whenever we were off. You had
I see him in there now.
your lab going.
Yeah, it's not locked. Sorry, man.
Okay, no, you're good.
I would just call it different way, like dump and pump. So you know, people get in, and then if I see pumping, I would just get in and alarm people. You know, like we pumping, we dumping. You know, and then these construction guys can keep updated. You know, if whatever is happening. You know.
Yeah, we're not really promoting pump and dumps in here, though.
Andrew, you want to jump down now so we can take a look at that thing?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
All right, cool. We'll go to live charting.
All right.
Just let Powell promote the pump and dump. You don't need to bother with that.
With that expertise. SEC coin.
All right, what are we looking at? What time is it?
Don't touch it. That SEC, it's a bad news.
1:18. All right, we got 45 minutes. Gonna be one hell of a meeting, bro. I swear to God, these reporters better be on their best behavior today.
Is it going to be live streamed or
Yeah.
what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Are we going to watch it? Is it going to be
Yeah,
live
yeah.
streamed here?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't want to see any leading questions because if they push Powell too hard, he's gonna say something stupid.
Well, soft landing, no? I think we might hear soft landing again.
No, what I mean is a couple scenarios. If he announces that he's ending QT and they spend the next hour asking him when QE in 35 different ways, we might not want the answer to that, right? He might just get frustrated and be like, look, we're nowhere near. I don't see any reason why we have to do QE. I told you guys we're waiting for 0%, and then red candles.
He said 0%, really?
Yeah,
Isn't
they asked him specifically about
That's just-
QE, and see but that's what I mean. When you push him,
we just saw 0%. That's what the number was.
when you push
So
him, you're
it
gonna
was-
see that answer.
Yeah, but it's what the numbers came out with.
He's talking about
also
the federal
PPI.
funds rate.
Oh, the Fed rate at 0%.
Yeah.
At that point, he overshot.
Exactly, which is what I'm saying. So it's like
very bad.
when you ask him those questions too early, he's gonna give you the extreme answer. Right? So I don't want us to go in there and start badgering him on this shit. If he says they're ending QT, let's just smile and just let it go. Just let it go. Cool. QT's done, cool. But if they start pressing him, I'm just worried that he's gonna say something that the market will react to negatively.
Yeah. Well, I think Powell is happy of Trump. Trump achieved in a few weeks what it took 2 years to Powell
Yeah,
to
no,
do.
right.
So
That's another
wonder if
problem.
he's-
That's another consideration that we have to have. If Trump's
go
not
together.
if Trump's not done sort of wrecking shit, right? And Powell ends
he's not
QT.
done either.
But what if it's not? What if Powell ends QT but Trump isn't done wrecking shit, and then he just, now we get a couple
Powell
of
will
bad
win.
Trump announcements during the next couple weeks.
Powell will
Well,
win.
remember, guys, the last FOMC meeting, Powell said he's gonna wait and see what plays out.
Yeah,
on
data
what Trump's
dependent. He
doing.
says the same thing every time. Yeah. The incoming president always gets some sort of leniency from the Fed for the first couple FOMC meetings, and that's just to see if any sort of policy forms. But he has to react, right? He's got to react to the stock market going down 11%. He's got to react to this tariff news. We'll see.
We felt like Trump would fight Powell, right? Force his hand and all. What if that's completely wrong and
That's what he's
they're
been doing, though.
together?
I mean, Powell could be in on it, I guess, but
But
that doesn't seem very Powell-like, does it? Right?
I don't know, because it's what he wanted, right? He was a bit surprised with all our buys and AI stuff while he...
Yeah, but they're watching the metrics. They're watching the economic metrics to see if they broke something, if they went too far, What we're seeing now in the metrics has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the effects that Trump has had. So the question is, do you respect those negative numbers the same as if you would if they were organic? Or does he let it go a little
Probably
bit
not,
longer?
yeah.
You get what I
He
mean?
knows
Does he
it's
let it go a little
temporary,
bit longer just to see if it stays that way?
Yeah. Because he wanted to increase, for those who don't know, he wanted to increase unemployment, Powell. But he failed at that.
Trump succeeded.
Trump succeeded, yeah.
That's going to be the big thing, right? When those federal unemployment numbers hit the books, that's going to be a really bad, good for us, but that's going to be a bad jobs report. And then, yeah, the tariffs obviously have had huge effects.
A funny world. Unemployment is good, wars are good. I don't get it. This needs all to be banned one day,
Yeah, I saw that post from Nikki. Nikki is like the Fed whisperer. Nikki T always drops some alpha before the Fed meetings. It's assumed that the Fed leaks through Nikki T because the market, they don't like to shock the market, right? So they like to sort of, and what he was saying is he's not so sure about the end of QT, but he thinks that there might be another measure, another slowdown measure, where maybe it doesn't stop, but they slow the pace down again, which would be kind of strange. But just the fact that he even said QT to me tells me that it will be in the speech. Yeah, yeah. At this point, his track record is ridiculous. So, and it's only shit that you would know if it was getting leaked.
So what? Just sideways, no surprises, no nothing. Damn.
QT will be good, man. A lot of people are waiting just for QT to get, just for the announcement of the end of QT to start building into their alts. There's people that won't even touch alts if we're still quantitative tightening, which honestly isn't a bad, not a bad plan.
Because they expect people to receive checks and actually buy shitcoins with those checks. What's the link with crypto here? Like, okay, for Bitcoin, it's become Wall Street.
It's just risk. It's all risk assets. It's all risk assets. Risk assets just go up during quantitative easing. People take more risk because there's more money flowing. Technically, I expect to close the CME gap. If it wasn't a FOMC day, I'd be looking to come up and just grab the CME gap. We could retest the break of this bull flag either after that, right, after closing CME gap, or if we reject right here at the resistance, we'd end up coming down, retesting, and popping out. But we have some volatility coming up, right? So hopefully my okay, don't freak out box kind of saved people a little bit of pain and a little bit of short-term pain, but we managed to get out of that. Could be interesting.
On the hourly at the stock market, I'm like, Powell has no chance, no choice but to be bullish. You know, just to calm the panic, I guess.
One thing that I can tell you is that he will be talking nice today.
Yeah, it feels like that, right? So,
Yeah.
so the problem is if you zoom out to the daily, and Powell trades the 10-year chart, not the hourly or the day, not even the daily. Right? If you zoom out to the daily, he has a lot of room still. And the Fed is up 160% since COVID bottom, right? So with all that money, they can pay out 4% interest rate on government bonds.
What's amazing is how hard we've pushed on Bitcoin while the Fed's been reducing balance sheets. The alts obviously felt it, right? 1000% the difference between the alt cycle that we're having now and the one that we had during the last run. And everybody's pointing at the million coins and all that. Screw all that. It's quantitative tightening. We've never been this late in the cycle and been tightening as aggressively as we are right now. Which means that, yeah, things go up, but if there's no risk appetite, then they're gonna return, right? They're gonna go up and they're gonna come all the way back down, and that's what we've been seeing. And we've seen it 3 times already on the alts.
Well, if total can't get back above 3 trillion soon, I don't see alts too much anyway.
Well, we've already seen global M2 take off. We just haven't caught up to it. The question is, does America join the party, or does this bull run just get fed by the rest of the world?
Isn't that just EU? Well, increasing supply.
Is everybody. China.
Pump its weapon stocks.
China's
China was in
printing
deflation. It's exiting deflation to go into inflation now, right? So
about 70%
percent
of the central banks are already easing. We lag Canada, right? So Canada ended their QT. We tend to lag behind Canada's decisions by a month or two.
Europe stopped like a year ago already.
Yeah. China's been printing for at least 6 months. And we can see it, we can see it when
ABC down there, they started printing right when it formed an ABC.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it when you go to.
It's been a bit more. Let me check my Chinese ETF. What it's doing? Oh, it's not moving.
So this has already happened, right? We're just not caught up to it yet. But that inflow of money from world central banks has already come in.
Yeah, it's back at COVID all-time high.
So it's just about catching up to that and about dealing with this downturn that we have. Do we pump to 90 and then get that downturn, or are we really close to turning around now?
Yeah. I have almost zero trust in that correlation personally. Because of the fact that both charts have just been going up in that time frame. So yeah, when that changes, it's gonna be big.
Money flows, money flow, bro. The money's got to go somewhere. Unless you're just saying that the money's flowing, but it's not going to come into crypto, then that's an argument. But they tend to hit risk assets across the board.
No, I'm saying that I saw all the crises happened while money flow was still upward. But the correlation broke, basically. All of them. Because the money flow has always been on the upward. Just sometimes it goes a bit sideways. But overall,
You need to reduce your scale, bro. Can't just look at the entire thing. Of course, it's done nothing but go up.
Well,
but there are retraces, and the retraces have effects.
I'm zoomed in on the daily, and 2000 crisis, it's going up. It's not going down. 2008 crisis, it's going sideways. Actually, it's going upward during 2008. Yeah.
Ethereum's almost through that vector gap that we were shooting at.
Yeah.
Nice breakout at its bullish trigger.
Yeah. Do you expect ETH to keep pumping? Because I'm hoping it keeps going and gets back above 2-1.
I mean, it'd be nice if we can get this whole vector out, but it will retrace some. We're gonna give some of this back. We've got to retest the top of this structure eventually. The bullishness would be coming down and holding, right? Coming down, holding, pushing away.
Or even more bullish would be to reclaim your resistance, right?
That's what I'm talking about. That was the
So
resistance.
we've 2060. Yeah.
All right, what time is it? Half an hour till we get the rate cut decision, and then an hour until Powell talks.
You know that retest on ETH, I'd short it, not long it, because it's a more interesting actually.
Not really sure how much time ETH is going to spend under 2K. So
Yeah,
if we do
yeah,
come
of
back
course.
underneath that, I wouldn't fade it.
Well, you know, I'm covered for that. You know, the French Revolution, 1789, is a good number.
I'll take it.
Then you have the Dark Ages around 1550. And maybe we can hold Renaissance.
All right, give me a second, guys. Let me get some drinks and some stuff ready so that I don't have to move once the shit starts. I'll be back.
Ooh, some nasty moves.
God damn it. God damn it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yo, Dbloc.
I think he stepped out to get some snacks and drinks for the meeting and getting everything set up. He'll be right back.
Hopefully we see some big buys coming in now.
Oh yeah, I think Dbloc's stream is full in T minus 5 minutes.
The public, the press conference is in 35 minutes.
I'm back, yo. I think most people are expecting no news right now. So when it comes to rate cuts, or at least they should be, it's at 99% chance that they stay the same. So, and rate cuts are the most leaked piece of financial data that exists. We're looking for this retest like we were talking about earlier on that larger bull flag here. We're not there yet. I would like to come down and hit just to get it out of the way. Actually, let me redraw this because we could have possibly hit that. That's true, it's sloppily. Yep. That's our retest. Let me move this out and be a little bit more precise with this.
The only times when FOMC needs 3 screens, I guess the only times when the 3 screens are really useful is when there's like, when you want to watch your stream, then have your book map, then also have your trading charts. And...
Yeah, one of my screens is on-chain data. One of my screens is socials, social stream, stuff like that. And then the 3 other are all charts. Yeah, keep the expectations low for the rate cut decision. What we have to watch is the dot plot. So let's pull up Fed Watch real quick.
It says pending. Nah, there's no surprise. People are happy about this? I mean, I guess it's reassuring. It's 4.5, as expected.
Holy moly, this wick right now. Or this candle on the 5 minute.
99% chance it stays the same, like I was saying. But the dot plot is what we want to check. This is when they come
when
in.
Is that out?
It'll come in at the
minutes,
same time.
right?
Yeah, it'll come in at the same time. So we'll see what they're expecting for the end of 2025. So far, for the past 3 quarters, they've all sort of been in unison that we'll get down to 2.5 by the end of the year. But did they?
It's going to need huge cuts in a crisis, right? 2% by 3 meetings. Like 0.25 is not going to be enough. You would need 3 times 1% cut to get to 2.5% by 4 times 0.5.
Yeah, you sure, Leighton? Because right here it says the actual came in at 4.5, so it stayed the same.
Yep. There's like only 6 or 7 meetings per year, no?
Yeah.
You said 2.5 by the end of the year. Well, they did nothing the first 2 meetings. That leaves only like 4 or 5 more.
Did we get our new dots? All right, we gotta wait half an hour now for the meeting. Here's our volatility. If you guys are new and you haven't been here for a FOMC meeting, just grab some popcorn and sit on the sidelines. Not financial advice. Just a nasty candle right there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of orders here, so you know. One guy pressing buy makes it pump, one guy pressing sell makes it dump.
Or 10,000 guys pressing buy and 10,000 guys pressing sell at the same time.
Slow volume still.
Excuse me.
But it is the biggest volume of the day, at least. Yeah. It is actually the biggest volume of the day.
People never learn, bro. That half an hour between when we get the rate cuts or we get the announcement and Powell comes on stage is the most volatile half an hour of trading.
Yeah, but they're allowing it to be volatile. That's the interesting part. Because you know you could constrain price with like 2 big buy and sell orders, right? But it's rarely the case.
ETH needs to hold above 2K. If ETH can hold that psychological, cool. But if ETH can't hold that psychological at 2K, it's going to come back down to 194.
Yeah, creating an upward ABC. Right?
Yeah. Still good. Still decent, right? Pattern would be good there. Justin's son just staked $100 million worth of ETH yesterday. The news is kind of circulating now, so might be a tiny little bit of
Almost
FOMO, or we
10%.
might have seen. I mean, honestly, I told you guys yesterday that that bullish trigger was what we were waiting for. So, I mean, I guess if you want to attribute it to whatever pushed it past the trigger, but the whole point is that we needed to get above that resistance.
Yeah, next one is 2060.
Yeah, and look at the vectors on the 4 hour that we left behind. So it's like once that popped, it was go time. Yeah, I was just looking at the dot plot now. It looks like they're factoring in at least 2 cuts by the end of the year. Here comes the pain. Just be easy, guys. This is why I said play the sidelines if you're new. This is when everybody that's new decides it's an amazing time to short because it's going to go down to nothing. And then poof. Liquidation level just goes poof.
Well, you know, people wanted to sell 80k and now nobody wants to buy 85, so. Gonna need some manipulation, I guess.
It's not a bad idea, TM. That Will has kept himself pretty safe. Having your liquidation level around his is probably not a horrible idea. Just remember that puts a target on your back too, though.
Well, you know, 1% up and down, you got rid of every 100x trader on isolated.
Look at these wicks, yo.
Just 1%, though.
I told y'all. That's all it takes, yeah. Doesn't take much. Look at the size of this wick. Oh, what a coincidence. It's exactly 1%, just enough to take out the 100xers.
Without taking out wherever it is at 80k, 85k.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's becoming weak up there. Support is still 80, and resistance at 85 is it's really nothing, actually. They're gonna have to come up with more if they really want to protect 85 shorts.
These guys right here.
And we're back at the midpoint, right?
I think you're feeling stress and anxiety. These guys right here just barely got missed. Good thought experiment. You took in this short, came out, you see the volatility, you just barely got missed. You get a drop down. What do? You holding on to your short or you getting out of it?
I would hold. It's an SFP up there.
Factor in that it's FOMC.
If you didn't TP on the first dip, why would you on the second one?
Because you almost got wrecked right here. You took your short right here. It came all the way down. You didn't take TP, even though you got a stopping volume candle at resistance. Price comes all the way back up, takes all your neighbors out, just barely misses you, and you get a second opportunity on a lower dip down to 83.4 on FOMC day before the press conference.
You know what?
And you're just going to sit there?
Instead of TPing, I would even add to that short.
Yeah, sure. Let's bring us down even. Let's bring us down even lower.
Right where your plan was, right? Like you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to stay in a short if it goes above 85.
Yeah, no,
it's still
for
below
sure.
85.
No, for
the
sure.
wick came close. Okay, it got scary, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Let's see how that works out.
You get. Yeah, I know. Well, so be it. It's better to let it stop out than to cut it early. Because the whole idea of shorting 85 is to get it to like 78, no? At least. Just 1%, 2% down. Damn, we just saw Bitcoin go 30% down.
I guess I just trade different. When I'm right, I'm right. When I'm wrong, I'm out. And I would feel wrong in this position.
Yeah. Well, the invalidation is 85.
I would feel wrong. Not only would I feel wrong, but I would feel like I got a second opportunity. Right?
For a scalp, I agree with you, but for a swing,
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to, if you're
know.
trying to take this back to all-time lows, then you just keep swinging until you get it right. I just mean, the guys that are scalping the move.
Yeah, but that feeling of having been lucky, it's actually not luck. It's because your stop loss was well placed above.
Man, listen, if
Supply,
you didn't
right?
get taken out by this wick, you got lucky.
No, 85 is the round number. So most like I see it on the book map. We have a sell wall at 85, right? So
Yeah.
you want your stop loss just a little bit above it, and well, nobody bought 85. I don't know why, man. People don't want to buy 85. This whole thing is on negative CVD again. Like literally,
Yeah, I was looking
people
at
are
that.
selling more than they're buying, but price is going up. So.
Yeah.
And I mean, this candle was a bit bullish imbalanced. Yeah, it's 60% green, 40% red.
Got CVD pumping now. Open interest is starting to
Wait, what
catch.
exchange is? Yeah, that's perpetual, right? You're
Yeah,
on perpetual. Yeah, no, I'm looking at spot. On spot, it's the case, which is recipe for disaster, right? When people long on average and actually sell on spot. In the meantime, the hourly 200 EMAs has now become support. So yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable staying in a short. I actually agree with you, Dbloc. But
It's just because of the day. Don't get me wrong. On any other day, I would look at it different, right?
Yeah, you
But
also, you
today
risk
and the
that,
time,
like
like we know this man's about to take stage in a second.
But that happens all the time when we take trades, right? Like it comes really close to your stop loss. Sometimes
Yeah.
you feel really lucky. Sometimes you don't. You're not lucky and you do get stopped out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're lucky and you don't get stopped out. I had some lucky times where it literally bounced ticks above, and sometimes just ticks below. Depends, man. Sometimes market maker actually protects you. He's like,
Right.
nah, let's not get rid of him, the poor guy.
He's a good market participant. Let's keep him in the game.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's like
Yeah,
that.
so I had a short on Sui. Hold on, let me see. Where's my entry? It was at. Oh, damn it. Why is this not showing up? My short on Sui was at 239.88. And I originally had my stop loss at 240.48. So I made a 1 to 5. So I was already like 85% out of my position. And so I dragged the stop loss for the rest of the position down into the profit. So it was like, I don't know, 1% down from my entry or whatever, or like, 0.5% or something. And that wick, hold on a sec. That wick just like completely at 2 o'clock, that wick just completely came up, knocked me out of my position. If I had left my stop loss where it was before, I wouldn't have gotten stopped out. But it knocked me out of my position because I put it into the profit and then it came down lower. So if I had left my stop loss where it was and I was still in the position, I definitely would have taken profit on that lower low after seeing that happen.
Yeah, but it's only one outcome, right? Like on that, the question is on average. Like if you do that 100 times,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to move your stop. Yeah, I mean, having a rule set where you actually move your stop loss, TP1, TP2, and all is often good, at least for the psychology of it.
Well,